Yeah, so today we're going to get to know you better. Also for the people that don't know you. So we will start slowly asking you, how would you present yourself for the people that don't know you? Who are you?
You go first, man.
So we are Move 78. We're Move 78. We're live jazz group from Berlin. And I think what really stands out in what we do is just the process of how we create the music, where we jam freely in the studio, and then Joe takes it and makes tunes out of the jams, and then we reverse engineer it and learn how to play it live. So pretty much the opposite of what most bands would do, where they first compose a tune and then learn how to play it. So we first play it and then learn how to replay it. And all of this is within like a concept that I think mostly like Joe came up with, but so that we're together, that the music also has a message, and it talks a lot about this relationship between technology, automation, and the human factor, and how the two things react to each other. So that's like a leading element that we have in the music too.
Okay, cool.
Both in like, the design, the titles, the ideas behind the tracks, but also just the way we play live. We're live instruments, and there's a lot of improvisation involved, but at the same time, there's granulation and more like digital elements that kind of interact and also influence the live playing on stage.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like a lot of, like you thought about it like a lot before you came with the idea, or?
Yeah. I thought also you were asking like what our names were.
Yes.
But you also that's the main answer. That's the good answer.
The names don't matter.
The names don't matter. Okay. But just in case you wondered,
Yeah,
I'm Joe. This is Nir.
exactly.
This is for the caption, right? People would know.
But it was cute that you started already as a group, but as individuals,
No, it's better as the group, because this is also part of the idea behind the band, that there's no like individual standout person. It's kind of, when we play on stage, we stand at a U shape, so there is no one. I think people expect me to be at the center in the front, but actually we're all stood together, so that the space we create as a group is the thing in the center. It's very disconcerting for sound engineers. They're always like, why isn't someone stood in this gap? But yeah, so it's correct to have introduced the band first.
Tell me about the name now.
The band name?
Yeah.
It's based around, I'll try to remember the press release succinctly. It's based around a famous game of Go, which is what the album covers are like signifying. It was played between Lee Sedol, who was the world's greatest Go player. So it's like an ancient Chinese board game, more complicated than chess, apparently. I've tried to play it, not very good. And he played in a match against AlphaGo, which is created by DeepMind, which is a company that's owned by Google, doing AI research. They're a super innovative AGI company. And he played 5 games against the computer, and he lost the first 3. And this was supposed to be a man versus machine kind of super important moment in the history of humans and technology. But in the 4th game, Lee Sedol adapted the way he played a move that was so complicated or unpredictable that it made the computer freak out. And basically, this is because it didn't have the algorithmic data in which to predict what he'd done, and so it lost the match. And this move was Move 78. Wow. And yeah, it's a real great documentary called AlphaGo, which is on YouTube. You can watch for free. But it's fascinating because it's kind of widely noted now, both as the band name, but also in various different books and various. If you read anything about AI, the match will appear in there. And it's this kind of pivotal moment where, in the most complicated tactical game that we've ever played, the computer is now better than us at the game. But sorry, this is a long-winded version. But Lee Sedol, when he won, he eventually lost the next match as well. So humans lose out in the thing. But he cited that he learned to play the game better by playing AlphaGo, and he wasn't scared of technology, and he kind of learned from the algorithm. And I thought that was quite a beautiful way to look at it, because I think people are generally quite scared, be it when we invented the printing press or the car or the internet or whatever, the nuclear bomb. Yeah, the drum machine. Yeah, the drum machine was like, all drummers are going to die. There's never going to be live music again. And like, no, hip hop turned into this beautiful thing, and it takes time to adjust. And so that's the way we're kind of approaching the music, because I was a hip hop producer, so I kind of played these guys electrified, glitched out beats, and then see how they reacted. And then it just keeps going and going. And at first it was just like, I think that would be a cool name. Also, I'm a fan of Rage Against the Machine, and when people are like Rage, they've referred to them in shorthand, and so I also thought it was just cool to be called Move. And then, yeah, if people want to dig deeper, as Nir said, there's multiple levels. So the artwork is nice. If you wonder what the one dot on the Game 4 album cover is, then there's all this backstory and all this interesting sort of way in which we make the music reacting to technology. So
pretty cool. Pretty
I
cool.
hope so.
Yes. Yeah, because actually, I was wondering, I didn't know about this. When did it happen? Like with the game? Do you remember?
2016.
2016.
I think
Okay.
it says on the album cover. It's like March 16th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Honestly, the documentary is really good though, because
Okay, I'll watch it.
yeah,
You convinced me.
go check it out, folks.
Okay, but and then how did you start? Like, how did you all meet? How many people are in the band?
We're 5 people, and when we play live, we sometimes have guests with us, like someone percussion or extra horns or whatever. But we started in 2019 or something.
I think the first recording session is the end of 2018.
Yeah. So basically, I started dating Joe's sister. I didn't know Joe back then, and then she's like, "Oh, my brother is a hip hop producer. Like, you guys should meet and maybe connect on the musical level," which we did. And then I started doing some recordings like for Joe's solo project that he had before he started the band. Then we were like, okay, why don't we just form a group and create music together? And then
So at first it was you two.
us two plus a friend like Doron, the keys player.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Doron and I have been friends since high school, like I told you. And I also introduced him to Joe, and they became really good friends and musical collaborators. Yeah, the whole thing was born from us 3, and we looked for a bass player, and we called Hal in, who's a bass player. And later on, Meravi Goldman joined us. She's also a long-time friend. She plays French horn. And on the recordings, like on the albums, we have different people featured, like on percussion and strings. Whatever. Like each album has at least 3 or 4 special guests. Mm-hmm. Which is really cool. It really enriches the sound. And then when we play live, sometimes Joe would just play the recording from the album of that instrument that we don't have live. He would just play it from Ableton, which is really cool. Yeah. And sometimes it also confuses people, like what comes from where, or like he would even play a French horn part, although we have Merav playing the French horn there. And she's sometimes confused. It's like, I don't remember playing that, or like, people don't.
And the sound engineers are also confused, yeah.
It's
supposed to be disorienting, though. Kind of like psychedelic, like where's the sound coming from? Yeah.
Most of yours in the time. Yeah, you're not treating the.
No.
Yeah.
Well, no, him and my sister.
Cool.
Tinders, so.
Oh, funny.
This was another joke with like the algorithm smiles upon you. It's like,
Yes, true. How funny.
And
And like, when was the moment that you were like, okay, now we're a band, like 100%? This is super cool. We need to continue.
I think it was within the first few months. No, it's like when we hung out at Doron's quite a lot.
Doron used to live near a very tasty pasta shop.
Yeah.
So it's very cheap, very like good Italian home cooked food. So we basically just wanted to go there, right?
Yeah.
In Weissensee. It's called Pasta Laden, which literally just means pasta shop. But but it's in the middle of nowhere, so no one goes to it.
Yeah.
Well, lots of people in the area go to it, but it's not like on some 5-star Google review business.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're ever in the Weissensee area, that's where the band started, basically.
Yeah. Had a pasta land.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
My memory of it was when I'd done an album, and then we went to play it live, but we got booked for like 3 gigs, or we organized 3 gigs in the UK. And I'd never really been on the road. Like I was in a hip hop group, and so we'd drive in a, like a Fiat Punto up the motorway to a pub, do a show, come back. But we got a van, and we like drove around a little bit, and we played, I think, Birmingham, Manchester, and then Leeds at a beer festival. And I think at that point I was like, okay, we just put out the first 7-inch. There's like 50 copies of it, and I remember then thinking like, okay, this is good fun.
Yeah.
And it also, it just seemed like it was gonna go somewhere. I think there's another point when we'd done the second recording, and there was like a 20-minute jam that had gone on. But whilst we were recording, I could remember hearing all the pieces that I would later use. This track goes on to be Talo, which is the end of the second album. And I remember I left the session very calmly, trying to be cool, and then with my then partner, and was on the train station, and was just like, yes, it worked, it's gonna work. And then like, a year and a half later, the album comes out, and it had this, we're right. Like, it does work. Like, that idea works. I remember this being very, like, a very nice moment. And it also happens every so often, right? Like, even recently, released 2 albums this year, and I'm kind of like doing the music quite a lot, getting interviewed for things, and it's like, oh yeah, no, this is working. This is good. This is good.
It's going somewhere,
yeah. Hopefully,
cool. And like, how would you describe your music to people that never listen to it, but like try to use easy comparison, like day-to-day comparisons?
I would say it's like, I mean, this is probably kind of right in the press
do it.
But it's like,
that's why I wrote them.
yeah, like jazz infused with like hip hop beats and dystopian landscapes. So like most of us are jazz players, and some band members have more classical training, or like Joe coming from the hip hop world. It's basically like where all those genres meet for us, what it means for us. Because like the term jazz is so broad, and has been broad for decades, but now even more. Like, because jazz, I feel, becomes more popular again,
I also feel that, yeah.
Like in the last decade, I don't know, people, when I started listening to jazz when I was in high school, it was like old people's music.
It's a bad word, no?
Yeah, it's like, oh, you play jazz. It's like this kind of complicated,
Exactly,
annoying thing that, only diehards really listen to, but it's not made for the crowds, for the young people to dance to and stuff. But what jazz means to us personally is more of an attitude, It's not like I have to play the jazz standards like back in the day, or preserve some tradition. I am part of a tradition, and I respect that, but I don't have to repeat the same things that people have done before me. And I think this is the way that also the other jazz players in the band see it. We don't come from the traditional jazz world. We come from respecting the jazz craft and art form, but not necessarily trying to follow anybody's path. You just do it naturally by being you and coming up with your version of it. And I feel like it's the same maybe for Joe with the hip hop production. Like he has done things with more traditional hip hop groups before, but what it does within the group kind of body of work is bringing that same attitude into a new genre or a new realm that is a bit unexplored in the hip hop world, And also same for Meravi. She's a classical player, and maybe if you isolate the parts that she plays in Move 78, it could be like an orchestral part, very beautifully played, very like melodic, but when you put it in the group context, it gets a whole different meaning. So it's really where all of our kind of backgrounds meet and create that little pocket.
Beautiful. Do you want to add something more?
I don't know. What was the question?
Like if you'd be to compare your music to something that you'll do day to day, how would you describe it to someone that doesn't know?
What, like an activity that you would do today?
Yeah, also, it can be.
Okay.
It can also be like,
I mean, I feel that you kind of explained it. I think there's another part of it is kind of like, I guess in my head there's something it's supposed to be like the soundtrack to your day, and also be, you know, so like movie score, because we leave the space in it. Like this is a lot of the thing is about the space. Yeah, so like a movie score, but to the weird world that we live in, where you're on your phone all the time, and you know Donald Trump's been elected, and you know all these mad things are going on, and then it's like, oh, now you have to go to work, and you have to like, oh, you know, well, go to work and make music, you know, this surreal thing. So yeah, I guess like reading a sci-fi novel with your headphones on, something like that.
Good.
Yeah.
So like you talked about your background, like each of you has different background. I wanted to ask if you have any artist that inspired you to play the way that you play, or like that defined in a way your way of playing.
Yeah.
And I tiny think that you might need to keep the microphone closer.
Even closer.
Even closer. Even closer than that.
Oh wow! Like this.
Yeah, like this is the album.
Yeah, presenting. I guess like artists that influence each one of us as an individual. Like I cannot speak on behalf of everybody, but for me, it's like again a lot of jazz. This is like my main inspiration, but you know, John Coltrane or like Max Roach, you know, Ornette Coleman, like classic kind of jazz, and specifically a lot of jazz drummers that I really like I don't know, Ed Blackwell.
Who's the top three?
Yeah, I don't like those lists.
Come on.
Yeah, because eventually you're just the sum of all those things.
Yeah, like the friends that you surround yourself with.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I always find it's funny if you can tell who someone's favorite artist is by the music. Is like, you're just too obsessed with that person. Because I think if you've got, I saw somewhere like, nothing is original, but the originality really is kind of, if you have such a wide range of influences, that your personality pushes through them all, and the thing that you kind of hear at the end or you see in the painting that's the original thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like we've had so many discussions obviously about taste and style and what you want to do, and then it's only then, you know, you drive in a van with Nir and he's listening to like 60s free, no, maybe it's not the free jazz, but like super what might seem more traditional jazz. But then if you see him play with us or with Djemba, it's very much backbeat and not this thing. Nir also used to be in a free jazz group called the Bones Trio. So it's much more that way inclined. And I think it's the same with me. A lot of people don't know that I was in a hip hop group in the UK for like, I mean, I'm technically still in the group, but with friends from like 2004.
Wow.
And they think I'm just like this jazz musician. Is like, oh no, I had like a creatively fruitful but commercially failed career in the UK. And like it's, I mean, I guess it's the same with Bones, right? Like, you know, loads of fun. But what was the rule? It's like if there's more people in the audience than there is on stage, then it's a success.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That's a rule of free jazz, you know?
Yeah, I mean, when you said it, and I was like, yeah, I know that feeling. Yeah. Being in like you know, like I said, we've been in like a pub in Huddersfield, and there's a guy playing a slot machine with his dog, and we're like on stage rhyming, and it's like, wow, slightly depressing, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, because it's funny, like I think Doron always name checks Brad Melder. And then, you know, I've heard Hal talk endlessly about Pino Palladino, but again, we're all in our mid to late 30s, if not 40 years old. So there's that thing of like, you've accumulated so many influences by that point that it's hard to, although I have got a top three.
Yes, tell us.
Top three what?
No, I mean, top three, like, I think, because I mean, we live in a world of data now, so I've kind of done this stupid stuff. But I think the albums that I've listened to the most are Introducing by DJ Shadow, Funk Crusher Plus by Company Flow, and then I forget, and Midnight Marauders by Tribe Called Quest. It doesn't mean they're the best, but there's something about that. We also want to do this, right? You make a record that you go back and listen to.
Yeah.
And there's something like, there's a density or like a fiber or something that like, that's what, you know, it'd be the same with all those old jazz records, right? There's just something in the interplay that's so good that I guess that's why you make records, right? You want to you want people to also have that feeling. You want to put the time and effort in so it encapsulates it. So yeah, that's my top three anyway.
Nice.
And are there any artists, like young bands that you're listening right now, or not, like following to see how they grow?
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're not that young, but people who still are active and like they release music and stuff. So for me, it's like, I don't know, Jeff Parker, McCam Craven.
Oh, mate.
You know, these are people that I think they make music that is maybe not similar to what we do, but it's kind of adjacent. And, I really draw a lot of inspiration from those people because they also are on that kind of border between jazz and groove music and a bit of psychedelia and classical, it's like it's very eclectic but not intellectual. And this is the thing I like about what those people do. They're not that young. I mean, I don't know, they're probably in their 40s and 50s, but yeah, really young people. I don't know. I mean, there are a lot of people on the scene now here in Berlin that I really respect and appreciate, and I'm interested to see where they will go.
Well, because you run Nir and Hal run a jam session for like 8 years? 8 years? 7 years?
6 to 7 years.
Okay, called Cassette Head Sessions, but you offer a platform to like the whole city. If people, obviously not everyone, there's a bit of, not gatekeeping, but quality control. Like who's the best, well not the best, who are some of the most interesting acts you've had come through?
Like recently, I don't know, there's so many, man. It's like, yeah, we had like great, because we run this jam session where we have a house band and then we host different artists each week. And a lot of them are really up and coming. So maybe they have some name or maybe more local, maybe they're just starting off. So yeah, we've seen so many. It's like different artists each week and we learn their music. And then next week is another one. You already forgot what you did the previous one. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think Novine is really cool. I'm really curious to see where she'll go. Mula is really cool. Yeah, a lot of like good vocalists.
Would you? Yeah, I guess like it's funny to say that, but like, I guess like Otis, Mentor,
Otis,
Douniah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Douniah. Yeah, I also had the pleasure of playing in her band. Which is also really cool. Yeah, but these are connections that I met through cassette heads. Like sometimes people will come to the jam and we'll play together, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, I have a gig like next month. Are you free? This is how you network with people, and yeah, it's actually. I mean, it's a lot of hard work, but it's also a privilege to be exposed to so much new music.
Yeah. And also, like, I think it's like so beautiful to notice somebody from the start and then see how they grow and what they're doing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, that's my favorite thing on earth.
Yeah. Very beautiful.
Yeah. Because I think there's also something about where it's maybe it's not innocent, but it's like people are still doing it for the love. There's no there's no managers, but there's no suits. There's no there's contracts. People are doing it because they care, and it's not. You can tell if people are doing it for money, right? Or if they're doing it for something else. But yeah. Like with someone like Douniah, I remember the first time I met her, she was like, yo, we should make tunes. And it was like, great. Yeah. And like, man, she's still doing it now. And I think, she's got new stuff coming out. And that same excitement is there because you've seen it from the start. Well, not from the very start, obviously, but still. I think I saw a band the other day at the jam session called Al Dente, and they're playing the live support for us at the album launch. And like, that was, I think Doron had said it wouldn't be music that I was normally be into because it's quite technical, but the energy was crazy. Yeah. So also interested to see where they go and what goes on with that.
And they put the hard work into it, which is really important.
Yeah, man, they must be rehearsing crazy. Yeah. And that's also the thing, right? It's like, I think when people get on, it also happens, life happens, kids, it's like, houses, cars, debt, traveling, whatever, jobs. Yeah. And it's hard to be that dedicated and enthused. But yeah. But then you can tell the people that are, hopefully, doing it full time. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we talked about other people thinking that is happening. Let's talk about yours. What is something exciting that is happening now?
Right now.
That record right there.
Yeah. We just released In the Age of Data, which is our 5th studio album.
5th album.
Yes.
In 5 years.
Yeah. But the 4th and the 5th came out.
The 4th was supposed to come out last year, but we won't go into that. But yeah.
For admin reasons, it came out a bit later.
Yes.
But yeah, so the album is out, and we're gonna launch it at 90 mil with a special live show. December 6th. I don't know if this thing is going to come out before, but maybe we can promote it.
December 6th.
Yeah.
It'll be in January, unfortunately.
So good.
But before
well, you all missed out,
We can do the promo.
Yeah.
Or, we're also recording it, so maybe by then it will be out on YouTube or something.
Nice.
Or if you're listening in Romania, book us and we'll come and do the show over
Yes.
there.
Well, you must give us some pork shavings before the gig.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was the highlight of the Brazov gig. That's the free pork scratchings at the start. This was, and seeing the bear, the giant bear run across the road.
Two, you said. You said
I think, maybe,
because you were scared. You
one.
Was there only one? I feel like it was. Was there not like a little cub with it or something? I can check the video. We can check the video and we put it in the highlights reel.
They've been in Romania.
Or maybe Romanians don't care because they see bears all the time and they're just like.
Everybody's still surprised.
I mean, should be, right? It's like a giant predator.
Yeah. Yeah. So like the album.
Oh yeah.
What is like the most exciting thing happening now? Like, what did you like? How long it took to make it? I know that you created it by yourself, I think. Saw a video with all the vinyls inside your house.
Oh yeah. So this is the
Tell
reason why Game 4 didn't come out last year is we'd stopped working with Village Live Records, even though shouts to Doug, have a very good relationship with them still, but it just was the time and we'd outgrown it. And I've kind of ran a record label one way or another since I was like 23, like the UK stuff, and know how to write a press kit and send an email, and then get obsessed with social media and not be very good at it. But then last year we didn't release anything, and so this year we did Game 4, and then we did In the Age of Data. But we did the jam sessions for In the Age of Data last August, I think on August the 7th, and then worked on it a little bit. Because what we, like Nir said earlier, we kind of do this big, massive chunk of like 4 hours of improvisations, and loads of it doesn't get used. But then the best bits we kind of pick apart and repurpose. And then I got quite deep into my creative practice, and so spent basically January through May like continuously working on it. And that then involves, I'll kind of finish an idea, take it to Nir, we'll record some extra bits, or we take it to Eric, and just this, kind of continuous layers upon layers process. And so really like 6 months, top to bottom.
But I have a question. So like you do the instrumental, but like the voices, do you do them afterwards?
The quotes, the collages.
The vocals after,
There's also vocals that is not a collage. There's also
the singing, but I mean, because in my head it all kind of ends up in the same way. It's like a constant process. So in the recording, in the jam session, I've got quite a lot of these phrases by Steve Reich or Joan Mitchell or Nina Simone or whoever, and I'll have already chopped them up for another tune that I didn't use it in, and then I'll revisit it. And I tried to, on this one, it's the first time I've ever really nailed this technique down, and that took like the opening collage took like 3-4 weeks to make, which is, you feel a bit mad when you're doing it, just listening to all these voices. But it's something that I think kind of a guy who I'd sent it to had said he felt like the collages were like another instrument in the band now. And this is something I've been trying to not justify, but like, virtuoso, or drummer, bassist, people can improvise, do all these things, and I'm kind of doing this pop playback part, which is a vital part of the music, but I think my improvisation is in the studio doing that, is this kind of zoning out or being in a flow state for 8 hours. And like sometimes I don't really know, I don't go in with a plan to what it's going to say. I don't think you can do it like that. And so then the songs get built around the collages again. So it's just this constant like remolding, kind of like a abstract painting where you just keep throwing paint and eventually just say stop. Right, this is it. We're done. But I still got, because we recorded another session the other day, I had like 6 hours of recordings for the collages and just took different bits out and was using them in that. And that's kind of how it works now. We're just constantly trying to work on stuff, basically. Or not try, I'm just very actively working on stuff all the time. So yeah, there is no chicken or egg.
Okay. And now, what are your plans with the album? Do you plan?
Performed live.
But like, you have it on the 6th of December? You said.
I mean, the album is out, but we're gonna
Yes.
do the first live show with this music on December 6th here in Berlin. And yeah, now we're just trying to get more shows for 2026. You know, tour with the album a little bit, which is how we normally do it. So release it and then go on with this music for like a few months. We don't really have a tour booked yet for 2026, but it's,
Do you have like in your mind? Are there any festivals or like cities or places that you really want to go to?
Romania. Romania. Hey, definitely we'll get my mate Mara to be the tour bus driver.
Yeah, right?
Top.
But yeah, we have a fan base in the UK, so it would be natural to go there, at least London, Manchester, maybe do another show in Berlin, maybe in a jazz festival in summer, in spring, whatever. And yeah, I mean, other than that,
Tokyo. If anyone's listening from Tokyo,
dream big.
I'm gonna do loads of sponsored ads in Japanese. That's how I did it.
But is it like a country that you think like, oh, I want to go to Spain because I really want to go there, or
We
like,
have played in Spain.
but like similar countries, like do you have anything planned? Like I wish I would sing there, or like I want to go back there, like to a venue that you've been or festival.
Oh, I've got one. One of the Theatre de la Mer in Set. I think if I ever play there, I'm done.
Is that the worldwide?
It's worldwide, yeah, but it's like it's not Roman amphitheatre, but it's like an amphitheatre that's on the sea, and the stage is there with the sea behind it, and the audience is here.
Beautiful.
And I saw Nir Sabag play as the sun was setting,
Oh, beautiful.
and the seagulls are flying overhead, and it was like, okay, that's about as good as it
Poetic.
gets. Yeah, loads of Michelin star restaurants around as well, seafood, like, beautiful beaches. But yeah.
I mean, I haven't been to this one. I have played festivals before, but to be honest, I always prefer a nice dark club.
This
Really?
is true.
Yes.
Our music is better suited in a dark club.
Not
Yeah,
just our, I think a lot of music, and also as audience, I prefer going to a club than to a big festival.
Okay,
This is a big though. This is only one stage worldwide.
Yeah, but I don't know. I haven't been there. I don't know how
Yeah.
big it is, but I mean, yeah. Also specifically for our music, I think a club is like the perfect.
All right,
Yeah.
which club? Which club would you want to play in?
We played in Jazz Cafe. It was great.
That was banging, yeah.
Yeah, playing like the clubs in Berlin, Privatclub or Barcelona. We play. I can't even remember the name of the place.
Wow, Salat Apollo.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Spanish are crazy as well. Just
Yeah.
talking the whole way through.
No way.
Not in a negative way, but just
Okay.
like, I think sometimes in Germany, people could be respectfully quiet, which is
Yeah.
great, and they're waiting, to be told kind of when to clap or what to do. But Spanish man's just the whole way through, to the point where it's like, there is no beautiful ambient moments in this thing. It's just like, just go, just play the tune, But
Yeah, I always prefer a nice club. It's just more intimate. You see the people see you. It's not like some distant experience,
Yeah.
And also, I really love the acoustics in smaller spaces. Like when you play on a big stage, there's no room for the sound to bounce back to you, So like I hit the drum and I play a very acoustic instrument, Nothing is electric in my setup. So when I hit the instrument, I want it to come back to me, I like the sound to return. And you play outside, nothing returns. It's only through the speakers.
Yeah,
So
we
it electrifies my instrument in a way that I don't always enjoy,
Yeah, we were talking about this the other day, right? People get so big now that when you play like a huge festival, there isn't actually any music on the stage.
Yeah.
They're all with in-ears, and like even the bassist will wear like a sort of chest vibration pad, and because there's no monitor, there's no amps, and it's like surreal. What you're saying is what the kick drummers have.
So yeah, like when you play a kick drum, you want to hear that oomph, And when you play in a club or like a medium venue, they'll have a subwoofer next to the drummer, so the drummer can feel the kick drum. But when you play in a really big stage, like big festivals, this is not something I do, but I see people do that. They have no amplification on stage. It's completely silent. So the drummer, when they hit the kick drum, they get nothing physical. There's no physical experience, no vibration. So what they do to compensate, they invented this stool that has a vibrator in it. And then when you hit the kick drum, it vibrates,
No way.
It's like you have to like
Fake it.
Yeah, fake
Yeah,
it.
it's so. It's also like that thing of like, I think there's a certain limit the club thing is right. There's a certain limit to like, we don't want to play this music on a massive stadium. Yeah, fair enough. The paycheck would be good, probably, but it's like you'd be stood away from each other.
Yeah,
I kind of want to be like super close. Like when we played in Jazz Cafe, we were kind of supporting this guy called Mark Giuliano, and he's got his grand piano and his drum kit and everything set up, and then we had to squish on stage inside
we
his
were
thing.
not allowed to move
So Hal is like stood around the corner playing bass, like stood up, and then Doron's over here, but it was just,
it's cool.
It's a vibe, man. Yeah, I mean, this is also what people want. Like, what do you want from your career? And like, playing in clubs around the world would be badass.
Yeah. I don't need the big stadiums to win.
I don't know any Japanese clubs, but if any Japanese promoters out there in
Blue
clubs,
Note
Blue Note Tokyo, but is that a club?
Of course.
Yeah, but it's not like a club.
It's
club.
a jazz
Yeah, but no, I want that. I don't even want the jazz clubs. I want like the club. The first gig we ever did, because of the hip hop background, we got booked by what are they called, listening sessions in Birmingham, and we played for a Function One sound system in a room only about twice the size of this room, and this sound system is like the speakers like this high. So when you're talking about the kick drum, you hit the thing and like the whole room was just
mega
blasting. It was amazing, and I was like, "This is a good start."
Well, wait. So like, on the sound system, you can also like do proper concerts, like try to do concerts.
Yeah, we did. It's hectic.
Okay, maybe Control, like the club. So like the radio show, the guy who owns the radio show is working also at the club, and he's doing sound system parties.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We're keen. The rowdier, the better, because also in the sampler is loads of 808s and weird sound effects and all this sort of stuff, and yeah, that's where you want to go.
Cool.
Gets rowdy, no? Feel it.
You need to have the dynamic range. You can go rowdy if you want, but some quiet moments are nice too.
Yeah. No, that's right. Yeah.
Lads.
And what about the other albums? Would you tell me something about each album that you created?
The first album was a trick.
Yeah. It was the leftovers.
Yeah.
We served the leftovers before we
the name is a joke. Yeah. Basically, we served the pork scratchings at the start, no? No, we recorded 3 sessions. We made like 34 tunes, and we're trying to work out which are the best ones. What do we want our style to be? And then middling, we released it on like a limited edition 7-inch, and it got like double playlisted on Spotify, which meant it got in front of like 2 million people in a couple months. And the guy from the label, shout out to Doug again, he was like, "Hey, if you've got any more stuff like this, like let's put this out whilst you're still working on the other one." And so, because of the dating story, because of the the Tinder thing, because of the Spotify playlist, it was like, "Oh, you love Krungbin as well." I was like, "Oh, we should call it The Algorithm Smiles Upon You," because then if people get recommended it, they're going to be like, "Oh, well, there we go," which is what happened. And then can't. For all the negative things about the streaming services, can't knock. You'll probably hear interviewing us because of finding it.
Actually, I found it on Discover Weekly.
Boom, there we go. So yeah, you can't knock it, and it's.
I agree also. I agree also with the bad parts, but it's also like good.
It's a great
sides.
tool, yeah. And also we kind of played the game. They were songs that we'd made. They were already sat there. Apart from Sanctuary. Sanctuary was something that I completely overlooked. And then Doron was like, "Hey, it's in 5. It's in 5. Let's do it." He always wants the odd meter. It was originally called Doron Loves an Odd Meter, which I wish I'd stuck with. Anyway, but so that's the first one. That's the first album. The second album, Automated Improvisation. In my mind, this is us trying to just work it out. Like, what do we? Because there's like, shout out to Morbiron, our friend who used to be the lead bassoon player in the Berlin Philharmonic Orchestra. We literally just recorded everyone we knew. We got a bassoon, we got percussion, we got flute, French horn, 2 guitarists, just all sorts, violas, just anything we could possibly get. It's like, just put it on there, let's do it. It's 9.5 minute outro tune. Yeah, shouts to Taylor as well. I babysit this kid. Let's get a recording of the kid on there. So that, and then the third one is kind of darker, right? It's like. It's like post-pandemic. I mean, it's all post-pandemic, but
I feel this is where we tapped into the more jazzy side of things, like the more kind of calm down.
Yeah, less showing off, kind of more group.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then I mean, someone else said this. Shouts to Strictly Kev. He'd said this thing where the other things he enjoys, but the fourth album is the first one where it sounds like you're a band. And I think the thing you said earlier it is the first one where I'm playing the granulate, like playing Ableton Push in the studio and kind of taking part, like really taking part. And so that was it. I mean, it's funny to think, but like, I really loved it when it came out, but now on the new one, I'm like, oh, the new one's better.
That's the way to go.
Yeah. But I guess that's more funky. Game 4 is more funky.
True.
And it's more bass and drums. Like Doron plays much more minimally. And
Percussion.
yeah, it's just like mad. Like the bass line on Mistakes on Purpose. Remember in the studio, like afterwards we were listening to the sessions and just being like, how has he even done that? Yeah. Like he's like I can't formally play an instrument, but like he's like pulled everything super tight and like 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 he's drunk, but well funky when he's drunk. And
like what's his name? Les Claypool.
Who's that?
From Primus.
Like, oh shit! Yeah. It's and we don't. Yeah, I don't know. It's always afterwards, isn't it? In my head, it's like the green one, the purple one, the yellow one, and the red one. And now the blue one is like, yeah. Also, shouts to Brooksy, the guy who does all the design. Yeah.
Yeah, they're very cool.
Yeah. I studied design. My degree is in design, but Brooksy is like crazy talented. So I kind of like spew an idea at him, and then he will make it look very nice. So yeah, my favorite one's the blue one.
Yours?
Also.
Yes. Or maybe we're just saying it to market the record.
It's the same thing, right?
I mean, don't buy it. You know, if you want, there's only about 150 of them left, and then you'll want them. Yeah. What's your favorite one? The red one. Oh no, you fell for the trick.
I like also the blue one. I really like it. I find it like more complex, to be honest.
Okay.
Like it's different than the other ones.
Okay.
With all the voices, and it kind of has different story on each track with voices, which is this is what it makes it more complex, I would say.
Okay.
And it made me re-listen to it. But the red one, I have many songs that I like from there.
Right, so which one's the favorite?
I think Sanctuary.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that one.
Okay.
I really love Daisies.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know, just the groove is driving.
I will need to check them exactly, but I'll tell you afterwards.
Have you got the vinyl?
No, I don't. But funny story. I need to tell you.
I'll give you one.
I'll tell you the story after this. I'll tell you the stories with my vinyls.
Off the record.
Yeah, off the record. Exactly. Holly for you. Okay. It might be that we are at the end of the interview.
What time is it, by the way?
Let's see.
Have you got to go to the jam
I
session?
have the jam sessions.
Oh, 5? Is it
5?
20?
5:20?
Yeah. What time do you
there
have?
in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, right.
Okay. We're getting
But
done now.
you guys can continue.
You go, right, run.
Yeah. I just.
Yeah. What? Just one thing that you want to say to the people. Something that you want them to
To people.
to the people listening, like an idea or a lyric that you really like and you want to share it with the world.
Wow, big. Don't forget about us drummers when AI takes over drumming.
Good.